Hello friends, welcome back again to the Power BI Masterclass series. Now today we will explore how we can calculate the ages in Power BI using the DAX expressions. So let me show you how we can do this. So first of all, I'll import my Excel file. I'll click on import data from Excel. I have this age file. I'll click on open. Now you can see I just have a table here. I'll select this table and you can see we have the name and bond column. I'll just click on load here. We just have one table. Now let's visualize what we have here. So I'll select a table here and let's add a name field and the bond, and let's increase the value so you can see better. So this is 18 and it should be 20. You can see we got the name here and the year and the quarter and month and day. I don't want this to be date should be displayed as a hierarchy way. What I'll do, I'll just left click here and I'll select this form. Now you can see we just have a date here. Now I will format this bond here, bond date. Now what I'll do, I'll select this and you can see we got an option called column tools, and inside here we have the options called format here. I'll select the short date from here. Now we just have the date and the month and year. Now we will calculate the today's date. Now what I'll do, I'll right click here and I'll select the new measures and I'll say this is today's today's date. Today's date that is equals to, I'll use a function called today and I'll hit enter. Now let's select this today's date and let's format this also. I'll select this and from the measures tool I'll select short date. You can see we got the today date here, that is 6th of August 2024. Now you can see we got here a total here for the today's date. We don't want this. Now let's go to this today's date and let's use a function called here that is uh, has one value. So I'll say if has one value, this one, that is my name column from the table one, then display the today's date or else display the blank. So what it does, it will see if this name has some value. So you can see this has some value here, and then it will display the today's date. You can see this total is not a value, so it will display a blank here. I'll hit enter. Now let's select this here. That's my today's date. Yeah, you can see this today this total issue is gone here. Now let's calculate the age here. Now what I'll do, I'll right click here and I'll select new measure, and here I'll say this is my wrong age, wrong age, that is equals to, I just use today's date and I'll just subtract it with the selected value of this bond where we have the bond date. I just hit enter. Now let's select this. So there's some error. Let me see here. Today's date should be subtracted with this. Let's select this one. Enter. Now let's select this visual and I'll select this wrong age and I'll format this also to the short date. Now you can see this is providing me a date here. This is wrong. Let me show you how we can calculate the correct age now. And I'll go here to this table and I'll right click and create a new measure again. and this time I'll say this is my correct age is equals to, and here I'll use if has some value, is this name has some value, then I want to use the flow function here. Use a flow function. It will just round up the numbers down to towards a zero to the nearest multiple of significance. So here I'll use year function. Sorry, I'll use year fraction function. So it will just subtract the start date and end date. Here for the start date, I'll say born date. So here we need to use this the start date, that is my bond date. I'll use selected value function again. This bond date, and the end date is my today's date. And I'll close it here. Close it here. And for the significance, I'll say I want to round it for one decimal places. And result if false, I'll say blank. Let me just format it here. It just check here if this name column from the table one has some value or not. If this has some value, you can see this has some value. Then I want what? Then I want the year fraction. We use the year fraction to subtract the start date. So the start date is my bond date. That should be subtracted with the today's date, and we want to round it to one decimal spaces. That is, we will get the decimal places. Or sorry, the decimal points also. That's the reason here we will round it to one decimal spaces place here. And if it has some error, result if false, then I want to display the blank. Now I'll hit enter. Now let's select here this visual and let's select this correct age. And I can see we got the age instead of dates here. We got the age here, and that's it for this video.